Hey, how's it going, y'all? Carlito here, back with another video on your screen. I'm here with Ramon Cardenas. This after a big win in Plant City, Florida, bro. First off, how are you doing, and how are you feeling? Just weeks after the fight.
Doing good, man. Just went back to the gym a couple weeks ago already. Just waiting on what's next, man. And again, thank you for having me once again.
Appreciate that, bro. And getting this new title, getting another step, closer to the real gold, and the gold that everybody wants. And I see the new belt now. Talk about that, bro, and talk about the fight. Break down the fight. I know I heard you on your IG story last night talking about some little scuffles or whatever. Talk about that, bro.
Everything was good, man. I mean, the fight, we knew it was gonna be tough. At this point in my career, all fights are tough. I just, me personally, I don't, like I said yesterday, man. It wasn't so much him. It's just the people around him, kind of like airing his head up, like, oh, this guy was a dirty fighter and this and that. But like I said yesterday, man, I've sparred a lot with a lot of people. I've sparred everywhere. I'm not a dirty fighter. That's one thing that I tell myself. I'm not a dirty fighter. I don't like. Again, I hit him low, accidental. I said sorry. Headbutt. The headbutt was clearly an accident, where he was trying to hold me. I wasn't trying to hold him. I was throwing punches. I threw a right hand and we hit each other in the head. I got a little cut here. He got a cut in his eyebrow. People, again, these are his people saying like, oh, the headbutt was what caused the jaw to break. But dude, how are you gonna get a cut here and talk about the jaw? It makes no sense. But I mean, other than that, man, the fight was good. The fight was tough. We knew it was gonna be like that. We knew it was gonna come out. I didn't expect him to come out as strong as he did. But it was one of those things where, like, I had sparred growing up. I sparred bigger people than him, weighed 150 or 40. So when he would hit me with something, I'd just smile at him. I'd smile at him because I knew, like, he wasn't gonna hurt me with anything that he had. So I think I just broke him down mentally and physically after a while.
Facts. Working out in California, preparation for this fight. And I've known you've been out there quite a bit now. How are you feeling? What's like the weather, compared to, San Antonio training and the weather in California? I know Ronnie got you going good, and coach, talk about that, bro.
Man, I mean, back in October, I went to go meet up with Joel Diaz, and I liked it, man. I liked it. I liked the whole the vibe. I liked just everything about him. It was really cool. So I decided to go back and kind of, I talked to Ronnie a little bit after that, and I told him, hey man, I want you to be, my coach when I'm here. And I told him, and I told him, if you want to go to California with me, it's even better. So that way he could get the experience that we get over there, and when we come back, it's like nothing changes. Everything's still the same. We work out, it's still the same. But other than that, man, I mean, it was nice. The training's real good. The sparring's real good. The running, the altitude's different. Over there we have like a mountain. We call it the bitch run, and it's hard. It's like a. I don't know if you ever seen trams, but the trams are like in the mountains, and then it's like a cart that takes you from one mountain to like somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So we go and we run that. It's like 3 miles up nonstop, just hill.
Damn.
So if we can do that, man, if you could do that, like, that means you're in shape. And so we would do that every Sunday. We did that the first Sunday that we got there, and the last Sunday, to kind of test our time to see how fast we get it from one to another. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just like I told you, man. It was just, the discipline is completely different. Also, everything is just way much more magnetized, or not magnetized, but more focused and just centered on just training.
True, bro. So, like, hands down, like, between the last fight and this fight, your preparation, how do you feel about where you're at in your career right now?
I mean, between my last fight and this fight, both the preparations were really well, because I did really well in my last fight. I knocked the guy out in the second round. It was 15-0. Knocked him out in the second round. And this one, I stopped him in the 6th. So they're both, both really well, but just, you know, like I said, the being able to focus more on just boxing. That's it. Like, we're over there, we're just stuck in an apartment and just focus solely on just training. You know, we wake up in the morning, we eat a little bit, we go to the gym. We're at the gym from like 10-ish to like maybe 1, and then we get out, we go rest, we go run, and then the same thing the next day. You know, every day is the same thing. It's just boxing, and that's what I like about it. And just, you know, being around Joel is like, you know, everybody, the day of the fight, you know, the day before the fight, they were kind of like trying to dismiss him in a sense of like, you know, we were fighting versus Nacho Beristain, and they were trying to act like, and again, I've said this, Beristain is the best coach, one of the best coaches in history. There's no one that's gonna be, there's no one that deserves it as much as he do. But also, I feel like Joel deserves it as well. He's had 15 more champions, and that's not something like anybody, you know, not anybody can have.
Yep.
So for them to be, you know, oh, you know, Joel Diaz, and, you know, Nacho Beristain, hyping him up is like, it was kind of upsetting to me. So I wanted to show, like, you know, I got one of the best coaches in the world too. So that's one of those things where, like I said, it's a little bit, it's just motivating to be around, you know, Joel.
True that, bro. True that. So talk about like how you had the meal after the fight and like after weigh-ins. Like what's your favorite meal to have?
This time I kind of did things differently because I wasn't really like, I didn't really suffer to make weight this time. I didn't really suffer or anything like that. So I went to like a steakhouse. I think it was RJ's or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a steakhouse, and I had just regular steak, some vegetables, and that was it. And I was able to finish that. And then that night we went to Olive Garden, and I had some pasta, and that was it. But the day of the fight, I just kind of had normal breakfast. You know, I didn't really like to eat. I don't really like to eat too much because, you know, my stomach at least gets upset when every time I eat something that's too much or too crazy. My stomach gets upset, so I tend not to eat too much.
True that, bro. And it's been an honor, bro. And thank you again for coming back on the channel. Mm-hmm. You know, big shout out to Ronnie Cantu. You know, he was a sponsor of February, and you know, he's a legend, bro. He's you know, one of the best here in San Antonio.
He's picking up, man. That's the thing. I think you know, with having Ronnie with me was, you know, I wanted him to. Originally, the plan was to have him here in San Antonio and be my coach, and then go out to camp. But then I told him, hey, you want to come out with me? He was like, hell yeah. So then he ended up coming out with me, and that was the best thing, man, because, you know, I kind of wanted, that was like the cherry on top of everything, because it was like, not everybody would do that. Mm-hmm. Not everybody will want to be away from their family for months at a time. And, you know, he recently just went back with Kendo. He's over there with Kendo now. And it was like I told you, it's one of those things where he's been gone for 3 months already. He came back, for like 9 days at most, you know, almost a week, a little bit more than a week. But not everybody does that. Not everybody sacrifices family time and stuff. I understand, you know, me, when I lived elsewhere, you know, not seeing my nephews and seeing them grow up through like pictures and stuff was kind of hard. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. If you want to be the best, if you want to consider yourself one of the best, you gotta be around the best. You got to surround yourself around the best. So, you know, us moving over there and us going over there was the best thing that we could have done.
Facts.
In all aspects, you know, me as a fighter, him as a trainer, and him learning off of Joel, and me learning off of Joel, being around, you know, Olympic silver medalists, world champions, ex-world champions, and people who are fighting for world titles, or getting ready to fight for world titles. It's just like I told you, like, you know, you gotta, for me, it's like you gotta step up to that level. You know, you gotta step up to that level, and you know, I'm just excited. I'm lucky to be there.
Amen, bro. Amen. You know, before I forget, did you like you broke his jaw, like just by the hand?
No, man, I really didn't. So I threw the punch. It was a right hand, and I just kind of was like, I just kept working. And what did kind of like trigger my head was, you know, your teeth are supposed to be like this, right? Like straight. And on this side, when I hit him, this side of his teeth were like over here, and this was like over here, and right in the middle there was a big crack, and that was just full of blood.
Damn.
And again, I didn't necessarily think nothing of it until I went to the corner. And Joel was like, "Hey, you know, you broke his fucking jaw. Like, get him out. Get him out in 7th. Finish him. Let's go home." I was like, "All right, coach." But I kept doing this, and I was like, "Coach, I don't think he's gonna come out." And then he had told me, "Hey, don't fucking worry about them. Like, you know, focus here." I was like, "All right, I got you. I'm gonna finish him." So then I do it again, and when I do it again, I noticed that the ref had stopped the fight, and then that's when I ran to the corner, and Joel was like, "Man, what the fuck this kid doing?" But you know, he saw that they stopped the fight, and he was like, "Okay." But yeah, man, I didn't really notice until, like I told you, and they had noticed right away, because Joel had told me that he told Ronnie, like, "Yo, Ramon broke his jaw. Like, we gotta tell him, like, get on him." And so whenever they told me that, that's when I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Like, I did see like a tooth over here, so it makes sense now. And then when it was funny, because like when his mouth started getting full of blood, my first thought wasn't, "Damn, I broke his jaw." My first thought was like, I didn't want to get my shorts dirty.
Yeah,
as crazy as that sounds, like, I didn't want to get my shorts dirty. And so I was like, man, like, my fucking shorts are gonna get dirty. And man, shout out to Everlast for my shorts as well. But you know, stuff like that, I didn't want to get my shorts dirty, so that was my first mindset was like, fuck, my fucking shorts. And so yeah, that's basically what happened, man. I didn't really notice until, you know, rewatching the fight. I didn't really notice what punch, you know, really hit him until I rewatched the fight. And that was a right hand that he, you know, Paulie and Chris Algieri and them, they were like, "Ooh," you know, they all saw it. And then I did notice that, you know, after I hit him with the right hand, he kept moving. He just didn't want to engage no more. And then that's basically what happened.
Damn, bro, it was straight up when I saw it, bro, watching it, kicking back, watching the fight, bro. I was like, God damn. I was like, he just broke his jaw right now.
I thought, you know, like I said, like, I didn't really think too much into it, because like when you're there, you can't think too much into it. You have to just keep following the plan. And I had 4 more rounds left, so I was like, okay, you know, this is when I'm gonna start like biting down. And then but like I said, when I did notice all the bleeding that was going on, I just was like, dude, I'm gonna just stay on his ass. Like, I'm gonna just stay on him, and I'm gonna keep working. And it turns out his jaw was broken, bro. So that was pretty good.
Yo, I feel you, bro. Let everyone know where they can follow you at, and follow the journey. And if you want to, you know, shout out anything else.
I want to give a big shout out, man. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff at dinamitacardenas or Ramon Dinamitacardenas. On Twitter, I think it's RD Cardenas6. I want to give a shout out, man, to, like, you know, my sponsors, man, to Truck Beds in Texas, to Gamez Law Firm. Big shout out to them, man, because like I said the last time, without those guys, you know, helping, you know, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this to where I want to do it. You know, I couldn't. You would have to work a job and stuff like that. And with them, man, I mean, it's been a ride. It's been a hell of a journey to be with them. And then that's it, man.
Appreciate
shout
it,
out
bro.
you too, bro, for always having me on the channel, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. And y'all go follow him. You know, my boy Ramon Cardenas. You know, y'all go check him out. His links will be in the description down below. Go check out his last fight. You know, go show some love, bro. Go tag him on and go show him that you're watching the fight.
Yes, sir.
And watching his clips, dude, because, you know, he's a rising star of San Antonio.
Yep.
Gonna be a future world champion in due time. And y'all heard it here first. It's been Ramon Cardenas, Carlito, one love. We out.